Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my page. My page is about common sense. I try to keep it down on the nitty gritty under 10 minutes. This is a Choco Taco. If you have any comments, questions, or insults, you write it down below. I'll monitor it, screen it, and approve of it. And I love when people do roast fest because that helps me. I need negativity in my life. Because I'm a sadist. Okay? I like chaos and destruction. I get blessings from chaos. It's kind of weird how my life works. But anyway, I'm going to talk about two topics today. Two topics. Choco Taco is when you get Choco Tacos. And I'm also going to talk about explaining the pathology of your logic. When you explain your pathology of logic to people, people will not like you. Okay? But this is one of my favorite ice cream. And as I'm eating this, I was supposed to do like a food channel, but my inner voices told me not to teach people about my skills of being innovative because I have ideas and people stop trying to copy off me. Like, for example, I'm the first person that actually does a father and daughter gaming on Twitch. Come and find out, somebody's about to start the same thing. But I don't own anything. I'm just trying to tell you some shit. I'm talk about my life. Because life gets boring. I'm like in Dragon's Dogma. I'm not going to ruin it. Because Dragon's Dogma is awesome, man. And the ending was fire. That ending was fucking fire, man. Almost every episode was epic. Sound effects. It's an anime. Go watch Dragon's Dogma. Anyway, I digress here. If you purchase Choco Tacos at a store, it's a waffle, chocolate things in there, and just vanilla ice cream. And on top, there's peanuts. Or maybe it's walnuts. This is so fucking good. I've been eating this since I was young. Way back in the 90s. Early 90s. When they had the cell phones first came out. They were big, bulky things. Like I said before, I'm wiser than most of you individuals. So you idiots. Most of you. Okay? If you go to the store and you purchase a box of Choco Tacos, please understand you have a time limit. You put these bastards back in the freezer. Because if they thaw out just a little bit in the heat, they'll become chewy and hard to eat. It's supposed to be crunchy and crispy. The taco itself is made from a waffle. And it had to be frozen completely. Or it won't taste right. I should be a food reactor. Get a reaction. Because I love cooking. I'm a chef. Women love my cooking. But as I teach them how to cook, they teach me some things too. You know what I've learned? This is a little bit off the subject here. Is that I learned how to make bacon much better by dipping it in flour and then putting in some hot oil. Now be sure the bacon is fresh. If you do this, the fucking bacon will turn out even crispier. Choco Tacos. Yum, yum, yum. I really did want to do food, but I don't want to be cooking and people copying off of me. I'd rather sell it, you know. I'd rather get things up and running, get my finances up, and then I can advertise it. But anyway, let's talk about the path. If you start, it's just all unscripted. How, by the way, I'm a therapist of sorts, okay? More than most of you, yes. I'm being arrogant. When you try to explain your pathology to people, people won't like you. Maybe they're biased upon how the way you look. Maybe they're biased upon how you sound. But I learned something really clear. When you try to make yourself clear and easy to understand, there's some sort of stigma. Maybe they listen to other people about you. Yeah. That's why I don't show my views. You don't understand how many views I have. You don't know how many likes I got for each video. Did you know that bias plays a big role in emotion, which may have caused, of course, Trump to lose, of course, but people don't like alphas. I already told you this. And when you're trying to speak your mind, because obviously beta males will allow women to speak, you know, but I was on a show. I can tell you this show he put me on. And then I'm like, why you put me on a show with a bunch of feminists and emotional females who are damaged today? I don't know these women. So when I get on the show to try to explain myself, I tell them about the pathology of why I think the way I think, which is nothing evil. But for some reason, people like to scream at me. Like, I don't like it. I said, I love that shit. Okay. You like to scream at me? Okay. I tell my daughters all the time, are you screaming at me? My daughter said, cut that shit quick. I said, I don't play that shit. Okay. I use self-defense. Okay. I just sit back and say, what did you say? My verbatim of words is so high and so violent that you don't never want to raise your voice at me when I'm trying to speak to you in a kind way. You don't want to do that. And even when I try to explain, you try to explain yourself, or you ever feel that? You feel this before? You try to explain yourself, and then people just still didn't hear you. They don't understand you, and you made it clear. How is you not still being understood when you told them why you thought the way you thought, right? And they still didn't understand you. But understand this: there are tons of people out there like that. That's why Biden, I believe the male system was fraudulent. So I ain't going to even get down to that. I said this before about Trump. Okay? I thought he wasn't going to get elected by like at least about 50-50. It would have been 50-50. But I said, go Trump. I said, people should stop talking about Trump. I said, I told you stop talking about Trump. Now they saying now in the media they saying they found evidence, fraudulence. Okay. So I don't know what's going to happen behind that. Maybe not true. I don't know if it's false news or not. I don't know. But I don't know what's going on in the news. I hear two different stories. I hear Tucker talking about they found evidence, and I'm like, okay. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, that's all I really wanted to say is that if you try to express yourself in the best way possible and people still don't understand you, you understand your alpha. Okay? And no matter how simplified you put it, they won't understand. Like, I made a comment on his show. This guy I know, he's a friend of mine. He put me on the show. He knows how I am. I'm all over the place, and I'm on top of that, I get precise. I talk about shit that's factual, and I don't try to deviate too much. But sometimes I do, because you need to make an explanation for everything, because people are just confused. They don't understand. So I simply said a fact. I said most people don't know themselves, so they should not be in relationships. No one wanted to challenge that shit. No one wanted to ask me, how do you know most people? Okay, see, the thing with, I made a video about this. The people who don't ask questions are liberal as fuck. All right, so you learned something here? I hope you did. People who don't ask questions are liberal. They just believe. They just feel. To feel and believe is not a logical thing. You must ask questions to understand. And that's all I really wanted to say. So, Choco Tacos, okay, and explain yourself through pathology, and also a little bit of Biden and Trump, okay? It's really simple shit like there. You learned something at the end, though, but it could have been in the middle, okay? You can get the fuck off, right? Peace.